Hi, everyone, and welcome to this Cloud Coach event. I am Juan González, an app integration specialist here working for Oracle Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and happy to have you here. So basically what we have for today is how to enable a WhatsApp customer HelpMate using OCI integration, our no-code integration platform, our brand new OCI Generative AI service in pre-availability, and OCI AI language. So moving forward, as I'm going to talk about this service, brand new service in pre-availability, the Generative AI service, so I have to put this forward-looking statement. So let's deep dive on the agenda. So the first thing what we'll do is just to explain and understand what the customer of the business use case is around this solution. Then I will deep dive on the solution itself, where we will see the different components of the WhatsApp customer HelpMate solution. Then I will perform a live demo, so you can see this in action, and you'll see how the different components work, and then how you can enable this really easily. And finally, some Q&A. So the first thing is what the use case around this solution is. So what's the added value of using these AI services around customer service use cases is basically customer proximity. So you can mitigate the satisfaction of a product, of a service, of the brand itself at the right time, right? So it's different, to reply to a negative comment or message coming from different channels like WhatsApp at the end of the day or the day after, than doing it right straight away when the, let's say, this negative feed happened. And something that you can find in this Twitter blog is it says that whenever a company replies to negative sentiment, it has the possibility to see an increase in revenue potential around 2-3 times the revenue potential that you will get or you will miss if you don't reply to negative sentiments, right? So basically it's how to improve and enable a smart customer service using these AI services, and also using a platform that can speed up these kind of initiatives or solutions, that is Oracle Integration Cloud. We will talk about that in a couple of minutes. So what is the solution itself? This is the WhatsApp customer HelpMate solution. Main components, just to highlight, we are using our no-code integration platform, OCI app integration. We are using generative AI for something that I call quick replies or customer service quick replies generation. So you will see how we can respond to neutral sentiments using our brand new OCI generative AI service. And finally, using OCI AI language, because it provides us with sentiment analysis around the text, in this case around the WhatsApp message text, and also aspect-based sentiment analysis service that allows us to identify the top aspects or top emotions on a text. And also we are using a custom text classification model in OCI AI language in order to classify the negative message or basically classify the service ticket that is raised based on a negative WhatsApp message, and basically using all these parameters to set the properties of a customer service platform ticket, right? So basically what we have here is we will listen, or we are listening to WhatsApp messages, leveraging the WhatsApp webhooks capability. So whenever someone texts to a business WhatsApp business account, you will receive or you can notify a target notification URL. In this case, it will be OCI API Gateway URL that virtualize an integration or a no-code orchestration that I have in OCI integration that is exposed as a REST URL, as a REST endpoint. So in the end, what this OCI API Gateway URL is doing is basically capturing the WhatsApp messages in real time, and then just applying some security rules over this endpoint, and then passing the message or the event into OCI integration. So once we receive this message, and this is stated in step number 1, we receive the event, the WhatsApp event, and we send it to WhatsApp feeds event queue. So why using OCI streaming in this case? OCI streaming is used to queue all the WhatsApp messages. So we have the possibility to decouple WhatsApp from the target system. In this case, it's the customer service platform system application. And the idea is that we can, where we could receive multiple WhatsApp messages from different WhatsApp numbers, customer numbers at the same time. So OCI streaming gives us the capability also to process these messages in parallel. So leveraging these OCI streaming topics or queues, we can provide, you know, like WhatsApp message real-time processing. So 1 and 2 is basically to post or the publisher integration. And then we have the consumer integration starting from step 3. So we consume the WhatsApp event. Then it has, or it includes the WhatsApp text, the WhatsApp number this message is coming from. And then we will get the text. And in 4, we will apply sentence level sentiment analysis using OCI AI language. So in this case, what we are doing is basically getting the overall sentiment over the WhatsApp message. In this case, is if it's negative, if it's positive, if it's neutral, or something that something really cool and really helpful that we have in OCI language, sentiment analysis service, that it gives you a mixed sentiment. So probably, I don't know, if something like a customer is complaining about customer service, so it's like your customer service is really awful, despite I really like your products or shirts. So if you see, this has like a positive part on the text and a sentiment, a negative sentiment as well as part of the text. So in this case, the overall sentiment over this text will be mixed, but then the OCI AI language sentiment analysis service gives you the different scores for the different emotions. So you will have a neutral score, a negative score, a positive score, and a mixed score. So if it's mixed, you can see, I don't know, if the negative aspect or the negative score is greater than the positive. And if that happens, then I'm assuming that that WhatsApp message is negative in overall, right? Then in step 5, I'm applying aspect-based sentiment analysis over the text. So in this case, the OCI AI language sentiment service, sentiment analysis service, gives you the top aspects, positive or negative aspects over the text. So you can see, you know, like what's the positive aspect on this text, what are the negative aspects on this text. So that can basically gives you the possibility to send this information or provide this information to a service agent in a customer service application, and that will, you know, help the agent to get better understanding of what the complaint of this customer is. Then in step 6, I'm applying our OCI Generative AI service over the WhatsApp message text. So in this case, the idea is that if the overall sentiment is neutral, can be that this customer is not complaining, but it's just asking about something specific. It can be a question related with a service, with the brand. So in this case, what we have is something that I call customer service quick reply generation. So we are using the OCI generative command model of OCI Generative AI Service in order to respond or generate a quick reply based on certain information or certain data. This data is basically some questions and answers the company has provided before. So according to this, let's say, data set of questions and answers, our OCI Generative AI Service will respond according to this, right? And we will reply back to WhatsApp with, like the answer to this question. Then, if the sentiment is negative and this WhatsApp message is negative, we will create or automatically create a customer service ticket in a customer service application using one of the different adapters that we have for different customer service applications, like Oracle Fusion CX Service, our own customer service platform, or ServiceNow, or ERP, Microsoft Dynamics CX Service, whatever you have as your customer service platform. And then in 8, what I'm doing is basically storing all these WhatsApp sentiment store information, sentiments, and the ticket associated with it, because that will help the solution to recognize if there's an ongoing SR, and if there's an ongoing ticket for this customer, then every time this customer sends a WhatsApp message to the WhatsApp business number, then we will send this message and append this message to the service ticket in the customer service application, so the service agent can see, and we can have like a bidirectional communication in WhatsApp between the customer and the service agent. And finally, in 9, I'm replying to the customer, depending if it's a negative WhatsApp message, then the associated service ticket that was generated, or if it's neutral, then the quick reply, generative quick reply on the question or the concern this customer has. We also have, as I said, bidirectional communication. So every time the service ticket is updated, let's say it was escalated or it's resolved, then we, in step number 10, we are leveraging the native connector that we have to customer service application to capture the update coming from this customer service application. We are using streaming to being able to parallelize this processing, and then we have the capability to send the notification or the update of the ticket on the status and on the service agent message back to WhatsApp in 30. Okay? So that's basically what the solution looks like. So now let's move on to the components that I'm talking about. So as I mentioned, we're using OCI integration. That is our platform service, PaaS service, ready to use service to connect, extend applications, and automate end-to-end processes. In the context of this WhatsApp customer HelpMate solution, I'm using the native adapters to different applications, like in this case to Oracle Fusion CX Service is my customer service application. It could be another one. I'm using the REST connector adapter to invoke the different AI services that we have, OCI AI language, sentiment analysis, customer text classification model for our service categorization, and the Generative AI REST API. I'm using the REST adapter in Oracle Integration Cloud because it also helps us to, get the generated quick reply. And also, as I mentioned, I'm using OCI streaming to decouple and using this event-driven approach for this kind of orchestration of integration. So streaming also streaming our own Kafka-based service. We have a native adapter for it, and mainly these adapters that I'm using. And obviously we have a native adapter to ATP, or autonomous transaction processing, that in this case is my WhatsApp sentiment store, right? So let's move on. And as I said, we have a vast list of connectors to different applications. In the context of this solution, I'm using the CXL and B2B service connector because this is my customer service application in this case. As I mentioned, you could have, if your customer service application is ServiceNow or another kind of CX service solution, then you can use or leverage one of our connectors. The ATP connector, the OCI connector, and the REST connector, right? Now, I mentioned that I'm also using the OCI AI language service, that is basically like AI as a service for text analysis. So in this case, we have expressions that can be classified with a confidence score for positive, neutral, mixed, or negative sentiment. So a sentiment is assigned to the overall text. We have the different scores for each one of the emotions a text can have. And then we also have the possibility to get the top aspects, positive, negative, neutral, or mixed aspects on the text. That is basically here. And this is the overall sentiment with the score. And also we can have sentence level sentiment analysis. So the service identifies the main sentences on the text, and it gives also a sentiment for each one of these segregated sentences. We also, I mentioned that we also have these custom text classification model. So the AI language service allows you to provide a custom model, and the custom model is basically something that you just have to provide a data set like this one. So you have like categories, like you have like different complaints or ticket text, like my keyboard is not working, are there any vacancies at your company, and so on. And then you have the category, right? So you can provide basically a data set or a label data set as a CSV, where the first column is the complaint text, and then the second column is the category or the label for that text. So if you have previously, examples on different complaints from customers and how you categorize those texts, then you can use that label dataset as an input for the custom model. So once you provide the CSV, then you just have to click on create the custom model, and the AI service will do everything for you. You can also, you have the possibility to create an endpoint for the model. So the cool thing here is that once you create an endpoint, what basically the AI service does is create a playground or a UI where you can test, these your custom text classification model, in this case, the service ticket categorization model, and you can automatically expose this model as an API. So then you can use it within your applications. In this case, I'm orchestrating all this integration between WhatsApp, the AI services, the sentiment store, the streaming service, the customer service application with our no-code integration approach. So using a no-code integration platform combined with OCI Generative AI Service and combining with AI language services is the best way to do it, because it's the easiest way and the quickest way to enable this kind of AI-based solutions. And finally, I'm using the Generative AI Service, our brand new Generative AI Service that is now in pre-availability. And basically what it does is just get a text input that can include natural language, input-output examples or instructions. And then this PaaS service or ready-to-use service has an LLM inside that analyzes the text input and can generate, summarize, transform, extract information, or classify the text based on the request from the user, from the text input. So in this case, or for this specific use case, I'm using the text generation or the command model for our OCI Generative AI service in order to enable quick replies or an answer for the or according to the WhatsApp message text, that in this case could be a question from the customer, and basically I'm providing an example or a data set of questions and answers to the LLM model or the OCI Generative AI service model in order for it to better reply to the customer based on your data, basically. Here, I'm just putting a small sample, and you will see it in the demo, but it's just a small example of questions and answers, or examples that I'm providing to the input of the Generative AI API. But in the future, we will have these augmented generative capability rack that can take, like your own data coming from a database or vector database, whatever you have there, and it will be better, for cases where you have a vast amount of data that should be taken to respond to customer, right? So let's move on, and the idea right now is just to see this live demo in action. So the demo story is basically, this is a WhatsApp customer HelpMate. So whenever a customer writes you to your WhatsApp business account with a complaint, with a question, the solution will leverage our OCI AI language services, our OCI Generative AI service, and orchestrated by Oracle Integration Cloud, our no-code integration platform, to be able to either generate quick replies, customer service quick replies to WhatsApp, back to WhatsApp, or automatically generating a service ticket for a WhatsApp negative message, and setting the different properties of the ticket based on the sentence level, aspect-based sentiment analysis service, and the custom text classification model for service categorization. Okay? So let's see it in action. So let me go to WhatsApp. So here I have WhatsApp, and and then I have here my customer service application. So in this case, my customer application is Oracle Fusion CX service, where we have this service request capability. So I'm going to click on service request, and I can see, the different service requests that I have. So until now, I don't have anything for today, 27th of September. So let's do it. So let's come back to WhatsApp. So first, let's assume that a customer texts you to your WhatsApp business number, to the company's WhatsApp business number. And in this case, the customer is not happy because he just bought a brand new laptop, but it's crashing, it's not working properly. Despite that, customer loves the color, but entirely, the experience is not good. So imagine a customer just texts like, I just bought a brand new laptop, but it keeps crashing. I love the color, but this is not good. So once the customer writes or texts to the WhatsApp number, what is happening behind scenes is that we are capturing this through API Gateway. API Gateway is routing this message into our orchestration or no-code integration platform, Oracle Integration Cloud, and then it's applying the different, like the sentiment analysis. If in this case this is a complaint, so the solution automatically should create a service ticket based on the sentiment, the overall score, and the text classification model that we apply to this customer service solution. So if you see, in this case, the WhatsApp customer HelpMate replied with an auto-generated service ticket in Oracle Fusion 6 service. So in this case, saying, "Hi, Juan Carlos González. We're sorry for any issue you have had with us. We have generated a smart ticket for you." So the SR number is 236460, and the status for this service ticket is waiting for a service agent. So if we go to the customer service application and we refresh the application, we will see like effectively a new and automatically a new SR was created, 236460. The description of the title for this service request is a WhatsApp smart ticket with sentiment score -29. This is what the OCI AI language service sentiment analysis gives us as an overall score for the WhatsApp message text. And the channel type is social, so this is coming from WhatsApp. So if we see the details of the SR, we will see how the different AI services were applied here to this ticket. Right? So the severity of the ticket is based on the overall score, right? So as you can see in the message, the overall sentiment analysis score for this WhatsApp message is -29. In the end, it's a mixed sentiment for the text, but in the end, the negative aspect or the negative score is greater than the positive, because it's like a mixed text here, mixed emotion on this text. So with the sentiment score, what Oracle integration did in the background is taking the score and passing the score through a decision rule. So which decision rule? So let me show you that. So here we have Oracle integration. So let's go to process. So here we have something that is called process automation, and within process automation, within Oracle Integration Cloud, we have the possibility to create decision rules. So in this case, I have a decision rule that is called smart ticket severity. So I'm setting the ticket severity based on the overall sentiment score of the WhatsApp message. So this is just, you have different possibilities, if-then clauses, table decisions, or decision trees. In this case, I'm using a decision table, something that, a business user can change in flight. So you will see that change reflected immediately in, the automated creation of the service ticket. So as I mentioned, this score was -29. So I have different ranges. So if it's between -43 and -1, I'm setting that as a low severity for that ticket. If it's between -74 and -43 is medium. If it's between -88 and -74 is high. And if it's between -100 and -88 is critical, right? So in this case, this sentiment score matches to this range. So the severity of the ticket should have been set as low. And effectively, if we come back to our Oracle customer service application, in this case Oracle Fusion 6 service, you will see that the severity of the ticket was set as low, right? Another thing is, let's say, the category of the ticket. In this case, it seems that the AI services categorize this WhatsApp message or complaint as a product defect. So in fact, if you see, we're providing some kind of information. So the classification or the recommendation for the classification of this ticket is product defect with a confidence score of 92%. And effectively, you see, the customer is complaining about the laptop and it's crashing, right? It keeps crashing. So in this case, it's a product defect, and effectively that's how I categorized all the samples that I provided to the custom text classification model was used in order to, let's say, provide a better categorization of this message. In this case, is product defect, and it belongs to the queue, to the product queue, right? So so here we are, as I said, we can also, I mean, this is the ABSA, or the aspect-based sentiment analysis service that we have, that could help the agent to understand, what the sentiment score of the customer, the angry customer is. So in this case, if you see laptop has a score of, is the negative, let's say, part of the text, and it has an 82% of confidence, and color is the positive part of that WhatsApp message with with an 83% of confidence as well. So despite it's a mixed WhatsApp message text, the agent can see, okay, so the negative aspect here is laptop. Effectively, the categorization of the ticket was product defect. So in the end, the agent or the manager, whatever you have here, or how you operate, could say, okay, maybe, I don't know, imagine you have like two different negative aspects and one positive, and maybe the other negative aspect is has a greater confidence score than the laptop one, then that could help the service manager to route this ticket to another queue or whatever, right? Or category, to another category, right? So this is actually pretty cool. As I said, this is a solution that enables bidirectional communication between the angry customer and the brand. So, and the agent in this case. So imagine the agent, I mean, someone takes this ticket, so we can change the status like as in progress. And here, the customer service application allows us to respond to the customer. So in this case, it's like John Dunbar, in this case, the service agent says, hi, sorry for the issue. We are working on it. We will keep you updated, right? So we can send this. And save and close this and update the ticket. So the status is now in progress. And now, coming back to WhatsApp, in a couple of seconds, we should see that reply is sent back to WhatsApp. So here, what is happening in the background is that an event is going to be raised by this customer application, and with the adapter that we have in no-code integration platform, in OCI integration, we will capture that event, service message created event, and we will capture that, we will stream it, and then we will reply using the WhatsApp Cloud API. Right? So as you see, the John Dunbar is saying, hi, sorry for the issue, we are working on it, we will keep you updated for the SR number 236460 and with the status, and now the status changed to service agent assigned and working on it, right? So we can even, imagine the service ticket is resolved. So then we can say, okay, the service ticket is resolved. Actually, we can do something really cool. Imagine the customer hasn't received any answer in a window of 10 minutes. They can say any update on this, right? So I remember we have a WhatsApp sentiment store here, where we are also associating an SR to that WhatsApp message. So if there's ongoing SR for this customer, then this message, this conversation should be sent to the service ticket. So that's what Oracle integration is doing. So if we go to messages, we can see like the customer saying any update on this. So after this, the service agent can say, okay, it was resolved, and can respond to the customer saying, we will send you a technician to repair your laptop. Thank you. So we can send this message and save and close. Once I save, it will be solved. So it doesn't appear anymore here in the service request list, task list. And if we go back to WhatsApp, in a couple of seconds, we should see, the final message from the agent sending the update of the ticket. So basically, what we have done here, or what this WhatsApp customer HelpMate is doing, is basically leveraging WhatsApp as a smart assistant. You don't need to pay for another digital assistant platform. And in this case, we are just using a no-code integration that orchestrates all the things and leveraging generative AI services in AI language service to auto-create tickets. Now, I have mentioned the generative AI part, right? Like that we are able to, a part of the solution is to respond with customer service quick reply. So imagine the customer is not complaining, but is just asking a question, right? So if that happens, what we can do is basically this. So let's assume that previously this is the way the company has responded before to a kind of similar question, or similar to the question I'm gonna do on WhatsApp. So let's say, I don't know, you have examples like show same day shipping. It's been 5 days now. Why does this happens? And then the company has responded to this question before, like the shipping speed refers to the item's transit time. We aim to meet the date in checkout. Also, in the past, a customer I've been a Rapid Rewards member for a couple of years, but never received drink coupons or any of that stuff. What gives? And the company has responded to this like, hi, drink coupons are sent once a customer completes 10 revenue one-way flights. Another example, like a customer texted like, please confirm how much can I save on my showery. Someone told me I can save only 100,000. Can I save up to 500,000? So the company has responded to this like, yes, there is no maximum saving amount. However, to withdraw and PESA daily limit supply, and so on, right? So imagine that I'm a customer who is looking for a question, or wants to know how he or she can get drink coupons. So this is like the examples, questions, and answers I will provide to our OCI Generative AI LLM model. So it can reply according to this data set, right? A small data set. So coming back to WhatsApp. So basically, imagine a user. The user just wants to ask, what do I have to do to get drink coupons, right? So we're gonna send that. In this case, this is not a negative WhatsApp message. is just a question coming from the customer. And if you see, in this case, what the WhatsApp customer HelpMate does is provide a customer service quick reply. In this case, is the answer to that question is you have to complete 10 revenue one-way flights. If you see the dataset that I'm providing to the LLM, to the Generative AI service, it's responding based on this, like on this previous question that another customer did. So effectively, during coupons are 10 once a customer completes 10 revenue one-way flights. In this case, the question is very different, or similar, but in a different way. What do I have to do to get during coupons? Here, this customer is not mentioning rapid rewards or something like that. So here is where you can see, like the kind of intelligence that the LLM is able to reply to that question based on the dataset I provided, and this dataset is being provided in real time. So let me show you how this works. So let's go to our Oracle Cloud portal. So one of the things that I wanted to show is how the language service works for the creation of the ticket and the custom text classification model. So in the end, I'm using the pre-trained model, the sentiment analysis is a pre-trained model. So you already have like a playground that you can use to analyze the text. So remember the text, so if someone complains about, I don't know, like why is my order on my local courier for the last 6 days and it still hasn't arrived. So we have different let's say models, pre-trained models. The one that I'm using for this WhatsApp customer HelpMate is the sentiment one. So this is the overall sentiment of the document in this case, and in this case, or this text has only negative, like negative aspects. So in this case, is the order, the one that has the negative sentiment, and you can see like how the sentence level is split, right? It's working, right? The other one, the one that I used before for the example of the auto creation of the ticket, was this one, and you can see, like you have a positive and negative aspect on the sentiment, on the text, on the WhatsApp message, and a positive one. In this case, the color is positive, but the laughter is negative. But if you see the scores can be, this is really cool because it shows you what the JSON response of the sentiment service is. So once you call the API, it's really, it's pretty straightforward using Oracle integration. So one of the things is you see the scores, right? So despite this is mixed, it says that it has a 0.01 score, confidence score for neutral and 0.29 for negative. Obviously, the negative part is greater than the neutral. So that's why I considered that ticket as a negative thing. I consider that WhatsApp message as a negative text, and for that negative text, a new SR should be raised. So that's why that worked like that, right? And this is a pre-trained model. So then the categorization of the ticket is based on a custom classification model that I previously configured. So once you create and train the model, and you say I want to use custom text classification model for my custom model, and you have to provide, like the CSV. So what we have here is basically a first column where I have all the text and labels. Okay. So if we use this here and we see this as, come on. you will see the text and the labels. So basically, my dataset, my label dataset that I provided as an input for the model, right, is in a bucket in OCI object storage, and this CSV just has like previous complaints from different customers on how the company categorized it. Like not working, billing, product defects, shipping and delivery, returns and refunds, whatever. So once you create the model and once you create an endpoint for the model, you will have the playground. And the playground is basically, like something that you can use to see how the WhatsApp message can be categorized. So in this case, imagine someone says no one answers, and then you say they will call me and they don't. Stop sending me this link and give me my money back. So we will see how the custom text classification model classifies this. So in this case, it's returns and refunds. The customer wants his money back, or his or her money back. So the custom model and with the data set I provided, the custom text classification model use that to categorize these text as returns and refunds. And you can see like the confidence score. The confidence score is a little bit small, a little bit low, but that depends on how the accuracy of the model. Obviously, my dataset had only 700 records. The more data you have, the more accuracy you will get on this model. And another thing that I wanted to show you is that once this is enabled as an endpoint, or once you create the endpoint, you can call the model as an API, right? And that's something that is really, really helpful in order to call and use that model within your integrations or orchestrations. So that's one of the things. The other one is right now the pre-availability of the Generative AI service is only in the US Midwest Chicago region. So if we go to Analyze AI, we go to Generative AI, we will see the Generative AI service here. Okay. So here I'm using the pre-trained model. We have a playground where we can see how the LLM model or the command model, in this case I'm using the command model. We have generation, summarization, and embedding for now in OCI Generative AI service. So here I will use a cohere command. My model will produce the quick reply model. The quick reply model reply with 200 characters, tokens at most. The temperature is basically how creative the model can be for the ones that are not, familiar with LLMs and all this generative AI technology. So I want the model to be very accurate, based on the data set I provided before. So basically, how this works is I'm using context. I'm providing context to the LLM model. So these kind of questions and answers, I put them in like semicolon separated text. And basically, the way you can do this is you can provide the context, like all the questions and answers, like I've been Rapid Rewards member for a couple of years. What gives? High drink stars, and once customer completes their revenue one-way flights. So those questions and answers, a pair of questions and answers, are separated by an enter symbol or \n symbol. So this is where what it means for stop sequences. So my questions and answers should be identified once each one are separated with an \n symbol. And so having provided this, what I want the model to do is just doing this, for instance. So given the information above, answer this question. What do I have to do to get drink coupons? So it's just based on what I have there. So in the end, this is the prompt that I'm providing to the Generative AI's REST API. Actually, that API, you can find the documentation on OCI documentation in Generative AI Service API, generate text. So you just have to provide like the different parameters that you see in the playground here. So temperature, the tokens, and the prompt itself. So here you can see like the different properties that you have to provide as an input to the API, including the prompt. So basically this is what I'm doing. I'm providing this prompt with these parameters to the API using Oracle Integration Cloud and a REST connector to connect to this API. And that's what you see when a neutral WhatsApp message is identified by the AI language service. Then if that happens, I'm executing or calling this generative AI to generate a quick reply. So in this case, if your prompt is like this, and you can test how the quick reply, customer service quick reply capability will work. If I click on generate, you see that the model is replying like, okay, if someone or a customer texts this on WhatsApp, what do I have to do to get the coupons? In response, you have to complete 10 revenue one-way flights, and this is basically, based on the dataset you provided. Here, we are providing the dataset in real time because it's part of the input. Obviously, if you have a large, fast dataset, then what you should do is a custom model with fine-tuning. And in this case, you can provide like a large dataset in a bucket as an input for the LLM model, generation model, and then you can use that specific custom model and its endpoint as an API to be called from Oracle Integration Cloud. So one of the things that I wanted to show is how these integration flows work. So basically, if I type WhatsApp, so this is the flow that receives the message or the webhook message from API Gateway. The API Gateway is notification URL for the WhatsApp webhook. API Gateway routes this, forward this to Oracle Integration to this integration, and this integration just receive the webhook with the event, and it sends that to the OCI streaming queue, and then you have the consumer integration queue here that takes that stream and execute all the logic. So it will get the message and will analyze and send the sentiments and generate the ticket or generate the quick reply. So this child integration is just using connectors. So here I'm using the ATP connector to store the WhatsApp start or the WhatsApp sentiments. Here I'm evaluating if they are not going to start, then the customer message should be sent, or you should update an existing SR with that message for the service agent. Otherwise, we will apply the service ticket classification model that is basically applying sentiment analysis and categorizing the ticket. If the overall sentiment is negative, then we will create a service request in our service application. We will stage and update the SR ID in the WhatsApp sentiment store, temporary store, and then we will reply to WhatsApp using the WhatsApp API. Otherwise, if it's neutral or positive, then we will generate an AI quick reply. So we will send what you saw. We will invoke the OCI Generative AI REST API, and the generated quick reply, customer service quick reply will be sent back to WhatsApp using the WhatsApp Cloud API. So that's the way. And if you see no code at all for these flows, it's just using the connectors and using the no code integration capabilities that we have in Oracle Integration Cloud. So yeah, I mean that's basically the demo. You can find also the documentation for the language sentiment analysis API in our public documentation in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure AI language APIs. What else? No, that's it basically. So what you have seen basically is how we can use Oracle Integration Cloud as our no-code integration platform to get or enable or capture WhatsApp messages in real time from a WhatsApp business account. And then Integration Cloud is orchestrating everything, like passing the text to our sentence level sentiment analysis to get the overall sentiment and the different scores for the different emotions. Based on that, if it's negative, we auto create a ticket where the severity is based on the overall sentiment. The category is based on a custom text classification model that we use using our own data set of complaints and categorizations that we did before. And we are using the Generative AI service. So if the sentiment of the WhatsApp message is neutral or positive, it could be that the customer is asking something. So we can reply to the customer like using or providing a context to the prompt of the Generative AI API, and this will respond with the, let's say, with the reply according to that context we provided to the prompt. So this is just an example on how you can use Generative AI services and AI language services from Oracle Cloud together with Oracle Integration to enable this kind of smarter apps, or you can improve the way your customer service platform works, putting the solution on top of your customer service platform and on top of WhatsApp messages. Obviously, this could work also with Instagram comments, with Twitter feeds, but that's for another Cloud Coach webinar. So thank you very much for your attention. Again, I used to post a lot on LinkedIn, a lot of videos around AI services, no-code integration, how you can enable this AI-powered automation on top of your ERP, CX, or HR applications or systems. You can scan me here, and you will be redirected to my LinkedIn post, and you can watch my videos if you are interested in cool videos and demos. Thank you very much for joining this Cloud Coach webinar, and see you next time. Cheers.